I think the remixes are great, and of course, I'm a remixer, so
Yeah.
I think that DJs should be also not forgetting about the original bachata artists that are
Boom.
trying to come up, like JR,
Yeah.
Kellen Cosmos, these talented artists
Yeah.
that I think DJs should be playing more of. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because those are original bachata artists that are trying to come up versus you got remixes now with the Weekend and the stuff that I do, and it's good, it's great.
Yeah.
But let's introduce the dancers to what the original bachata is, what it is, and the original bachata singers that are trying to come up, and let's support them too.
Yes.
So I will say that because I feel that a lot of DJs nowadays are playing too much remixes.
In this video, I interviewed David Rodriguez, aka DJ Soltrix, and he's gonna answer the question, is Chivalry really dead?
No, it's not. Sorry.
Hello everyone, my name is Edwin and I am the coordinator of the IESocial, taking place every third Saturday of the month at the Dance Center in Redlands. I'm here with David Rodriguez, aka DJ Soltrix, international bachata producer, DJ, remixer. You may have heard some of his songs before. All right, how's it going today, David?
Doing good, man. Just got in here today, well rested. Looking forward to some of the events out here in LA, including yours, the IESocial. Can't wait, man.
I appreciate you coming out. A lot of people don't know, but David is based out of Tampa. So whenever he comes out to LA, I mean, he's like really getting on, he's not just like driving on over kind of thing. I mean, he's literally getting on a plane and coming out to be with us. So thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for being available tonight and doing this interview. It means a lot.
No, absolutely.
A ton of people, I do like a lot of crowdsourcing on our event page, right? Like what would people like to ask David? So there was a ton of questions and I asked, I got like the top questions for us to ask you today. Okay, so first, what came first? The DJing or the remixing and the producing of, the remixes that we now hear?
Well, at first it was definitely the DJing. I started out mixing on computer software originally, and that's what got me into mixing live, which is I got inspired by other DJs, radio station DJs back at home in Tampa, and then of course the remixing came on later, and I just started picking up on new stuff and new ways to develop my DJ career. So obviously the DJing and the remixing go hand in hand, so that's pretty much the order it went in. So
very, very cool. Yeah. So just give us a time frame, like how long were you DJing prior to thinking about, okay, well, let me try some remixes?
I want to say a few years, because because I was in high school when I started DJing, so I did a lot of high school parties. I did, I started off doing, what a lot of DJs do, quinceañeras, weddings.
Dang, could you imagine Soltrix at your quinceañera? That would be awesome.
Yeah. So, going through all that and the remixing, I was inspired as well by another remixer. And from there, I just, that was about 5-6 years since I first started. And, ever since then, I started remixing back in 2008, around there.
Okay.
And then I just kept going with it ever since. So I started off doing edits, which is making an intro to a song or something for DJs to use.
Very cool.
We did, transitions, bootlegs, stuff like that, which is DJ terminology.
Yeah,
so.
That's cool, that's cool. Yeah. I'm sure some of the DJs watching this will appreciate that terminology.
They'll know. But as far as a regular listener, a transition, let's say you're going to salsa to merengue or bachata to salsa without the music stopping. So
cool.
That's what it is. And we also did party breaks, which is basically like a lot of sampling, a lot of mashups, like all in 2 minutes time. And that's what I used to do a lot of. And then from there I just bridged into actual production, actual, making music with keys, melodies, bass lines, all this stuff. So
Yeah.
and with the knowledge that I learned from doing edits, intro, outros, and extends, like I was able to, you know, how do I say it?
You're able to apply.
All the stuff that I learned to the production, the remixing. So
very, very cool.
Yeah.
It gives me a good sense of where it all started, just starting off with the intros and that sort of stuff, and then kind of evolving. Before you know it, you're doing a whole other, you're doing the entire song. I'm getting an Instagram notification. By the way, we'll put all your Instagram information so that way people can follow you. But I love how, you go live all the time and you're like, hey, check this out. I'm cutting this out. This is just like the sample of it. I still got all this work to do. And I just see all this crazy computer software stuff up there. So congratulations to you, bro. All the hard work that you put out there, and of course the response to your music has been awesome.
Thank you. No, I enjoy what I do, and I'm glad others also enjoy it. So as long as people are loving it and dancing, I'm gonna keep with it. Keep going. So.
Boom. So hit that like. You can continue. Cool. So this is a good transition, actually. So I really appreciate, whenever I go and I hear you DJ. You've came out and you've DJ'd one of our other events, Bachata and Chill. It's a little cold right now, but some of you look forward to Bachata and Chill because that's a summer party. Weather was perfect, pool party, and I appreciate a DJ, a Bachata DJ who can actually DJ. You know what I mean? There was that last kind of hour there where the party evolved, where you were really, just going from song to song to song. You're throwing everything in there, and the vibe just kept picking up. I remember. But tell us how important is it for a bachata DJ to know how to DJ, and then what really separates the men from the boys here? Give us your criteria. What makes a great bachata DJ?
Yeah, it's really not just a bachata DJ, but any DJ in general, because the DJ's job is to entertain the people, and if they're not dancing, if they're not having fun, you're not doing your job.
Yeah.
So the key thing is crowd reading. You need to know your crowd. You need to know, what type of music you need to play to keep these people moving and dancing.
Yeah.
If you see, for example, if you're at a party and you're doing an open format where you're playing everything, salsa, merengue, bachata, reggaeton, hip hop.
Yeah.
Do sets of each and pay attention to what people are dancing to the most. And obviously, when the next rotation of sets goes around, you want to extend that portion of your set. So if you see that there's more bachateros, play bachata. If you see there's more salseros, minimize the bachata, play more salsa, at least until the bachateros get there, or whatever the type of event it is. You know what I mean? You want to cater to whatever the event theme is, the dancers that are there, it's just crowd reading. That's pretty much it. From there, everything else is enhancement. If you're good on the microphone, if you're good at mixing, blending, obviously you want to create an atmosphere with the music that you're selecting. If you want to go to fast bachata, down to slow, mellow it down, you do it in a smooth operation, you know what I mean? So you don't want to just abruptly go into something and just kill the vibe.
Yeah, so, you see that happening on occasion. It's so crazy, people. He's saying it now, his whole format, and trying to figure out the vibe and all that stuff. But we literally just got done with one of his events out in, were we in Santa Monica?
Yes.
Santa Monica. Yeah. Shout out to Nicole for having us out there. And where was that? Flame International. Awesome venue, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And literally, like, I saw him go up there and he played his first couple, he's throwing out the salsa, throwing out the bachata, and he's getting the vibe. And sure enough, before you know it, the entire party is cracking, and it's like he just kind of transitioned. Then he goes to a salsa, and all of a sudden everybody's like, "Oh, let's go dance salsa," and it just good job, good job. All right, I didn't know there was all a skill to that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It's a formula you have to follow. So
cool.
It's just always a new formula depending on the night.
There you go, reading the crowd, right? Back to reading the crowd.
Exactly.
Okay, so another thing that you're very, very good about, that you're very, very good at, is having fun. Like every time, it never fails. From whether you're at Stevens, whether you're at, these other huge festivals, LABKS, LA Summer Bachata Festival, all of them, you name them.
Yeah.
One of the things that I always see is you're having fun. People come up to you, you're taking the selfies, you're dancing, like you're getting into your own music. It's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
But how do you do that, like, day in and day out? Like I dance at least 2 to 3 times a week, and it's, I love dancing, right?
Yeah.
But like to have that energy, to have that much fun all the time, which I've seen you do, like that's difficult for me. How do you do it?
No, man, it's I always said, DJing for me is not a job, it's a passion, it's a hobby.
Boom.
It's something that, I've always loved ever since I started. It's even when I think about quitting or just, taking a break, I just go right back into it. It's already become like part of myself and who I am. DJing makes up a big part of my life. So I'm having fun. I'm having a great time. I'm feeding off the vibe of the crowd. If they're having fun, I'm having just as much fun as they are. So that's kind of like my adrenaline when I see that. Especially when I'm playing my own remixes.
Yeah.
And new content that I've never played before, for the first time, and just to see how people dance and react to it. It's pretty amazing. It's a great feeling.
Very, very cool. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for letting us know. Along the lines of, always, having that good energy, off camera, we were talking about the importance of sleep, and how it's just, we try to get that rest in, I mean, people just can't do it off the 4 hours, you need that solid, I don't know, I need that solid 6, 7, 8, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sure where you're at, but I know that we were talking about the importance of sleep. But I want to know from you, you're constantly on the plane. Just got off the plane earlier today from Orlando. Now you're here and, getting dropped off here in LAX. You played today at Santa Monica. You're going to be all over the place. So how do you deal with jet lag? What is your secret to that?
There's really no secret to it, man. You just kind of have to put up with it. I just sleep as much as I can, even if it's in short bursts. Like just today, I slept on the plane in and out, maybe for a total of 2 hours.
Wow.
So, and then as soon as I got here, I just had like a nice 4 to 5 hour nap. And, it's really hard to regulate my sleep, especially because I travel so much.
Yeah.
So, I just, whenever I have the opportunity, I knock out.
Boom.
Fall asleep. Yeah. It's there's really no way else to handle it.
Yeah.
Because I'm always on the go. So
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of the things I appreciate about you, David, is you're very direct. You've helped us out with that event, Bachata and Chill. You also were on the podcast, Aha Moments. I'll link that as well.
Yeah.
And you've always been really good about, hey, bro, I'm just knocked, I just knocked out, I'm going to need this much time to rest so that I could be at my best. So I appreciate you doing that.
Oh, absolutely. And actually, I felt pretty bad because we were supposed to do the interview this morning.
Yeah.
When I already knew that I wasn't going to give you my 100%.
Boom.
So.
And you know what? I appreciate that from people.
Yeah.
When you can't give your 100%, you let me know. And we will make accommodations so that way you could be at your best. So I appreciate your honesty when it comes to that, and your willingness to just be like, I can't right now, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so let's transition here. All right.
Sure.
So your music has had a huge impact on the Latin dance scene. Okay, and one of the trends that I've noticed, and people are bringing it up to me, is bachata rooms continue to get bigger. You see it at festivals. Not all of them. There are exceptions, right? But you see festivals with bigger and bigger bachata rooms, and then you have the salsa rooms getting smaller and smaller. Give us your thoughts on why you think that's happening. Give us your thoughts on whether you think that's good or not.
It's definitely, I think, if I had to pinpoint it, I think it's the level of learning. Salsa requires you to be on top of it and to learn constantly. Trust me, like I've even tried taking salsa lessons. It's something that you have to be really committed to in order to learn it. Um, as far as bachata, it's easier to learn, and there's so many different ways to dance bachata, and it's there's sensual, there's traditional, and you know. But for me to really answer that question in its simplest form, I think it's just a level of difficulty. People are just, they find bachata easier to learn. And, obviously people feel sexier dancing bachata than salsa. So I think it's just, the modern thing now. Salsa is more the traditional Latin dancing. Obviously it's never going to go anywhere. Salsa is a staple to the dance community. Absolutely. No matter what, even if it's a small or large room, salsa is always going to be there, especially in our Latin culture. It's a staple. Bachata too. So yeah, that's
absolutely makes sense, man. And I think that is actually a huge plus, a huge kudos, a huge compliment to the salsa community. You're absolutely right. Like I just recently started an on-2 training team, and you are so right, man. I mean, I have to be dedicated. I have to go every week. I have to practice, and it's very challenging.
Exactly. And with bachata, you just, you can miss a few weeks or here and there, and you could still go back and pick up where you left off. You know what I mean? With salsa, it's just, you have to be on top of it. You have to be on top of it. Otherwise, you're just going to forget what you've learned. I mean, at least that's what happens with me.
Yes, absolutely. So I here's the other thing that I really love about this guy is he's a dancer too. So you some of the ladies, you do. You hold it down. You put in good work. I've never seen you dance salsa though.
Oh yeah.
But really cool that he dances bachata too. I mean, every now and then I see people pulling you away. You're just okay, and then you run back up, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So props to you, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
So, we've began to start to answer this question, and I don't really chime in on it, but I love hearing this debate on what's going on out there. The whole are all these evolutions of bachata, the most recent one, some people are getting upset about trap chata. I don't know if you've heard of it, trap chata, and so you have all these different forms, and then people are just throwing in the word chata at the end. Or maybe it is evolving into something different, but give us, chime in on that debate for us, David. Do you think this is good for bachata? I'll let you run with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have different forms of everything. Let's look at electronic dance music, for example. There's funky house, there's soulful house, there's EDM, there's back in the day, drum and bass, break beats, what else? Dubstep, twerk, trap, all that is falls under electronica in some way. So I think it's actually good because it's growing it grows the bachata genre into different subgenres, and I personally think that's great because you have more of a variety now to play where it's just not just bachata, it's different subgenres of different things. Just traditional, you have modern, sensual, remixes, and all the trap chata stuff now and all that stuff, you said, sax chata.
Sax chata, watch out.
Yeah. So, and just recently I released Havana. Someone commented and said, because I used a cha-cha rhythm in, parts of the remix. So someone said it was cha-cha-chata. I'm like...
Cha-cha-chata, here we go.
I was like, that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that was cool. All right.
But I mean, you can call it whatever you want. I mean, it's all following bachata. That's the root of everything.
Yes.
So I mean, I think it's a good thing as long as it's done well and the dancers love it and they dance and have a good time with it.
Yes. I think if there's one thing that we definitely can attribute is that the remixes, the different forms of bachata. I think one thing that it does is it has exposed a greater amount of people
Exactly.
to the Latin dance community.
Exactly, especially the English speakers that don't really understand Spanish. They can relate their the songs they hear on the radio and then hear it on bachata. What's better than that? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Now I will say this, from a DJ's perspective. I mean, I think the remixes are great, and of course, I'm a remixer, so
Yeah.
I think that DJs should be also, not forgetting about the original bachata artists that are trying to come up, like Prince Royce. I mean, he's already up there, but let's say, like JR, Kellen Cosmos, these talented artists that I think DJs should be, playing more of. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because those are original bachata artists that are trying to come up versus, you got remixes now with, The Weeknd and, the stuff that I do. And it's good, it's great.
Yeah.
But let's introduce the dancers to what the original bachata is, what it is, and, the original bachata singers that are trying to come up, and, let's support them too.
Yes.
So I will say that because I feel that a lot of DJs nowadays are playing too much remixes. And, again, it depends on the crowd that you have, but, let's put a balance to everything. I know for me,
balance. I like that,
from my perspective, since I'm a remixer, yes, I do play more remixes because the crowd that follows me expects that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So they're there to hear my music played, in my DJ style. So it's all balance.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool. But the one thing that I will say is you don't shy away from that traditional / Dominican bachata. I still hear you play that. People go out there during your sets and they're putting in that footwork, bing, bing, ding, 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 all that good stuff. I love it. Props to you for holding it down, and making sure that you throw some of that in there, because the people are hungry for it. There's times where you see, there's a good vibe going on, right? You got all the remixes, the urban going on, but then you throw in a traditional, right? A Dominican, boom, right in there, some Santos in there, what's that? Anthony Santos, right?
Anthony Santos.
Some Anthony Santos, and then you see the it picks up, like the vibe comes up, and of course that goes back to you reading the crowd and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue with some of these DJing questions, because I'm very interested in this, and this is something that people are like wondering, like, wow, how long does it take for him to make a song? Is it frustrating? I don't know what your work ethic is like, but take us from inspiration, I'm going to remix this song, to releasing it and then it being available to the masses.
Yeah, well, first, I mean, I'm a active Spotify user, so I'm always, on the go looking, whenever I'm on the go, I listen to Spotify, I try to look up new artists. Just recently I heard of Alina.
Alina Baraz.
Yeah.
That's fire right there.
Just recently I heard about her, and that's inspiring for me to hear her. She's got a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
So it's, if I hear a song with whether if it's a song that's hot or a song that's, really deep and sensual that I could do something with it on bachata, then I'll go for it. From there, I search for, what acapellas are available, or what versions of the song that I could find that, maybe there's a cover to it where it doesn't have too much drums and, stuff that'll make the bachata remix sound saturated, because I try to get everything as empty as possible. If it has piano or, a little guitar, it's great. But as long as the vocals stand out, that's what I need. So either I get the acapella, which is just the vocals, or I find an acoustic version or a piano version and just start that, use that. So that's the main route. I either get the acapella or the cover. From there, I load it up into a session. I use FL Studio, by the way.
Which one?
FL Studio.
FL Studio, okay.
That's my production tool right there. So I import it there, and then from there is where I do the remix. I start adding the elements: bass line, percussion, piano, bells, synthesizers. From there I do a little musical arrangement where I don't want percussion, where I don't want this. Maybe I could add a couple of hits where it goes ba 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 or something like that.
Yeah.
Dancers love that stuff.
Yes.
From there, and then I like to, go back and forth, because you can't listen to the whole thing. You can't do a remix in just one sit down. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
you have to go back, each day to kind of get new ideas because you'll get ideas, all in one day, but for me, like I like to go back in case I get something new, something
Yes.
else, a fresh idea,
Yeah.
that I didn't think of before, that I could do something there, maybe add like a hip hop beat here or whatever. So from there, I take the song, let's say it's song, it's dance ready, and then I'll start using that song live at my gigs and see how people react to the song. And actually I had that confusion with the Havana remix, because
Okay.
it starts off with a cha-cha. So
All
that
right.
confused a lot of dancers.
Okay.
They thought it was a cha-cha, and then it goes to bachata. And then
Yeah.
I noticed that when I started playing it out.
Okay.
But I think it's something that just the dancers have to get used to, because that's the theme of the song,
Yeah,
Havana.
you
It's
need
like
it. You need
it
it.
just goes with it, and the piano is perfect for it. But anyway, after testing it, and even when I'm out DJing at gigs, I'll hear something that I want to change to the remix. So it's just a lot of back and forth. I mean, literally, if I wanted to, I could finish a remix quickly in 4 hours,
Wow.
and then just start playing it out whenever. But
Yeah.
I take my time with it.
There you go.
And after I feel that it's good, and after testing it at all my gigs, and I see that people are having a positive reaction to it, and the dance floor is packed, I release it.
Very, very cool. So from start to finish, on average, how long would you say that would take?
It would take about a good couple weeks.
At least a good couple weeks. Okay.
Yeah, minimum 2 weeks, and then from there, I just kind of determine when is a good time to release the song. So
Very, very cool. And one of the things that you left out, which I love that you do, is you go live on your Instagram, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you start getting that vibe and stuff, and people are like, yes, they're like fire. They're like, when does it come out? That sort of thing. I know because I've commented. And, but yeah, that's great that you do that,
Yeah.
because people get a little, you send out a little bone out there, a little appetizer.
Yeah. I like I like to be in touch with my my followers. So
Yeah.
every now and then I'll get on YouTube or Instagram and share them, stuff that's coming up.
Yeah, very, very cool. So, hey, for all you aspiring DJs, remixers, producers, all that good stuff, so much gold in that last response. I mean, you're going to have to go back and take some notes. And I think he just gave us that winning recipe. Maybe you should need to trademark that. And maybe not share that. But thank you so much for answering so candidly and so, forthcoming and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's say, a youngin comes here, like 18, just can start going out, doesn't have to tell his parents he's coming home late anymore, and he's about to start his, buy his first laptop, buy his first remixes, a mixer or whatever. Tell us, give him some advice. What does he need to do to one day DJ and remix?
Yeah. Well, I would say inspiration, but obviously he already has the inspiration, because that's how I started, and I was inspired by others. So if he's already doing getting the laptop and all that, then he's already inspired. From there, he can start doing research on YouTube videos on how people are getting started. You can look up guides on YouTube as well. YouTube is a great source for learning anything.
It's like the new university.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you can also go out and network with other DJs that that are willing to show you the ropes. Make friends with other people. That's one way I got into it as well.
Yeah.
That's what helped me a lot. And just the key thing that I tell people is to never give up, because people start and then they'll stop because they're like, this is too hard, this is frustrating, I can't do it. They just give up too easy. So I always tell DJs and aspiring DJs and remixers that if you're gonna get into it, don't give up, because this is frustrating. This took me years
Yes. So you're absolutely right, David. You know, like, I mean, as far as quitting is concerned, you got to keep it up. You know, with editing and filming these interviews, initially it would take me like 20 hours to edit a video after I did not understand the programs. I mean, it was just so frustrating, you know, getting the sound right, getting the lighting right, you know, all the color correction, all that good stuff. But, you know, with some time, some learning, definitely, you know, taking some classes and you know, some tips on YouTube, I've been able to narrow it down. I'm guessing like 4 to 5 hours right now is, you know, full production after I throw this into the laptop kind of thing. And
it sounds like me.
Yeah, there you go, right?
Yeah.
There you go. And high-speed internet is important to people to upload, not just to download, but to upload your videos because they're pretty big files.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a good time for us to transition into the lightning round. All right, so I didn't share these questions with David. These are questions that are intended to just, you know, see what's the first thing that comes to mind for him. All right, David.
All right.
You ready for the lightning round?
Yes. Just answer quick, right?
Just quick, the first thing that comes to mind, all right?
All right,
first
cool.
thing that comes to mind.
Let's do it.
Before we start, I want to remind you guys that he's actually going to be DJing with us at the IESocial. First time at the IESocial.
Yes.
Yes, it's going to be awesome.
Can't wait.
There you go. It's going to be holding down the nocturnal Bachata room. Get ready. Pajama party, naughty or nice. It's going to be our winter Christmas edition. December the 16th, I'll make sure to link the information below so that way you guys could get all the details and stuff. And if you haven't, please go ahead and smash that like button. Give us a big old heart if you're into that, or the wow, you know, whatever it is that you're into, you know. And you could even get mad or angry. I like those, you know, I like those responses.
I'm mad at this video.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't like his jacket.
Yeah, there you go. Mine's or yours? Okay.
Oh,
yeah. So let's do the lightning round. All right. So, David, how do you deal with rejection on the dance floor? First of all, have you ever been rejected on the dance floor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
I have, yeah.
How do you deal with it?
Move on, next.
Next. All right, move on. Next. There you go. All right. Talking or texting? What is your preference?
Texting.
Texting. All right. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs. All right. Dogs. All right.
Hate cats. No offense.
No, he hates cats, but no offense. How about a movie? A movie every DJ should watch.
Ooh. Oh man, I would have to say Straight Outta Compton because that's very what Dr. Dre did was, especially the beginning of the movie. Well, you said it was a lightning round, so
yeah.
We'll just leave it there.
Straight Outta
Compton.
But it sounds like there's some good feedback on why you believe that.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool. One item or an accessory that every DJ should have.
A watch.
A watch, okay. How about a performer or a celebrity, an artist that you hope to one day collaborate with?
Ooh, Shakira.
Ooh, watch out. Shakira in the studio. Shakira with the big old headphones.
Yeah.
And who influenced your DJ style?
Armin van Buuren.
Armin van Buuren. So you could only pick one social media platform. Facebook, Instagram, or Snapchat?
Instagram.
All right. Best advice for men in the dance scene?
Don't be a creep.
Don't be a creep. Well, this might be the answer to the second question. To the last question, what is your best advice for women in the dance scene? I thought it was gonna be don't be a creep.
No. I don't know what advice I could give to women. Wear deodorant.
Boom. That
goes for guys too, actually.
Yeah, that goes for guys too, right?
But no, I've had several occasions where I've danced with a couple girls that weren't wearing any, and I'm like,
yeah,
we're gonna have to dance a little far apart.
It didn't become so sensual, you know? Well, that does it for the lightning round. I think you did awesome. Thank you so much, David.
Thanks.
That was really, really cool. So, David, you did awesome in the lightning round. Thank you again for doing that. What is some advice that you would give you know, we're now in 2017, about to be 2018. If we can go back to 2007, 2008, beginning of 2008, what is some advice that you would give your 10-year younger self?
Yeah. Well, back then I was DJing at nightclubs, and I've been in the nightclub scene from 2008 all the way up until 2015, 2014, around there. I mean, I still do nightclubs here and there, but it's not really my main focus anymore.
Okay.
Because I like the dance scene better. It's a lot cleaner. I would tell myself to, you know, just keep an eye out, keep an eye open for the dance scene. You know, because it's just a lot cleaner. The nightclub is, you know, it's fine and everything, but it just, a lot of ratchetness happens at nightclubs.
A lot of ratchetness.
And to me, there's really not, I mean, not too much growth in the nightclubs, especially local nightclubs. You know, if you're traveling and doing nightclubs, you know, that's different. But if you're just doing, you know, just bars and nightclubs, you know, every week, because that's what I was doing. Every week I had my local residency at a nightclub, and you know, it did help me grow as a DJ, though. I mean, can't complain about that. But that's why I say keep an eye out for the dance scene.
There you go.
Because I felt I started a little too late.
Okay.
In this, you know, festival and Congress circuit. So that's what I would tell myself, I think.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, when you say it's cleaner, you kind of iterated, I think, towards what you mean by that. You talked about the ratchetness. One of the things that I hear a lot of ladies tell me about why they like the Latin dancing so much, right? So salsa, bachata, even zouk, you know, if you want to include that, kizomba, is the chivalry behind it, you know, that men still come up to you and they ask you to dance.
Exactly, yeah.
As opposed to when you go to a hip hop club, and, you know, I'm not, no offense or anything like that, but what they've told me is they struggle with, you know, some guy introducing themselves by coming from behind them.
Exactly, bumping and grinding.
And getting right into the bumping and grinding, don't even ask your name, you know, that sort of thing. Is that what you're referring
That's
to?
referring, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, that completely makes sense. I believe that there's more to the dance. There's more to the talent, you know. The talent, of course, you see David up there, you know, at the, you know, headlining the festival, headlining the social, the club, that sort of thing. But as he's already expressed, there's a lot of work that comes into getting to that point. And I love telling that story. So if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. Please subscribe. If you're watching us on Facebook, hit that like, follow the IESocial page, so that way you'll get all the up and coming interviews. If you haven't already, people, please go ahead and hit that like button. Follow us. Check out the next IESocial. December 16th, we're going to have DJ Soltrix in the mix. He's going to be playing live for you guys in the Nocturnal Bachata Room. Thank you again, David.
Hey, man. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. We'll catch you guys later.
See you guys.